And what was your favorite number and why?
I would say the opening number was my favorite number because it did involve so many elements to it. There were so many contrasts in terms of musical events that happened within the course of the opening number. I did actually conceive that myself in terms of how that would flow into from one song into the next. I remember that when I first started choreographing, of course, I knew the opening number was going to have that drum beat going on in it, and I thought, what am I going to do with this number? And I was sitting in my living room going, what am I going to do with this number? And as I was hitting my leg, I went, oh, that's it. Guys, get down on the ground. First, you hear the drums pounding. I thought, oh yeah, here we go. We're going to make it happen. So one little sort of germ of an idea grew into this huge production number. So that was really fun.
And would you mind giving us a sample or just a little dance move from the review, like another one?
Yeah,
Any
that's
of the
okay.
numbers? No?
No.
No?
That's
all right.
If you watch the DVD, you'll see all the dance moves you need to see. That's kind of...
All right, and why did you choose to get rid of the pink ties?
Oh, God. Originally, they looked good because we had another vest that we were going to order for the guys. It was a silver vest and it was cut low. And we tried it on with those vests. Now, as it happened, those vests got out of stock and back-ordered, and so we couldn't get them in time for the show. So we just had to brainstorm immediately what we were going to do. So we used the vest that the guys have as part of their a cappella attire. Those vests are cut much higher. So when you put a tie on with that vest, it covers up the tie, and so you see this pink piece of material, and it looked awful, and it's amazing to me how many guys in high school don't know how to tie a tie. So everybody showed up at dress rehearsal, and it was just this disaster of pink ties, pink material wrapped around people's necks. And I thought, all right, cut the tie. Just get rid of the tie.
All right, and how did the rally go? And do you think it influenced anyone's decisions on whether or not to see the show?
Well, that is a good question. For, I guess, the people that were there watching it. My point of view about the rally was that it did allow everyone in the show the experience of performing for an audience. Which, if you don't do that before opening night, then opening night gets to be a little hair-raising. Like, uh-oh, there's suddenly an audience out there. So to me, it was a good icebreaker for opening night. So the purpose of it was served, the purpose of doing it at the rally. And, I thought to myself, get out there, do it, live with whatever mistakes are made, chalk it up to experience, do it better the next time. Let's see what happens, but give it a dry run. Why not? And live in front of people. There's nothing that gets people more on their toes when suddenly they realize there's an audience watching them, and they are actually accountable for what they're going to do. So how did it go? I don't know. I was sitting at the piano. The acoustics in the gym are terrible. You can't hear what's going on. I couldn't see the singers. It was hard to hear the band. We didn't have a sound system set up. There were all kinds of technical hazards, things to hamper us. You still had to get the job done. So from that point of view, it was a good experience to handle all those difficulties, because by the time we get to the show, all those things are going to be a lot easier.
And speaking of problems with the show, were there any major ones that occurred during the
Yeah, the piano died twice. The Yamaha Clavinova, that was not fun. Once somebody pulled the plug out. Second time the computer froze, so it all had to be rebooted in the middle of one of the dance numbers. So there was this nice pause, in the middle of the dancer section, and it was like, turn it off, power down, reboot. Yeah, excitement of live performance.
All right. And wait, how did that the other one work? Like where the plug got pulled?
Somebody kicked it out. Somebody kicked out the plug. Somebody stepped on the cord backstage and pulled it out.
Right there, I ran away. I was like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Wasn't it like right before cutting the solos? Had she already started?
We were just playing the introduction to her song, I believe, and all the stand lights in the band went dark. The piano went blank. It was like, no. I do.
And
I thought one of the best parts about that, though, was when the power came back on and Katarina started her solo and the audience started applauding. They're like, woo! Yay!
Yeah, that was a good connection you made also to the big blackout on Broadway. They're singing the same song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Ghosts of the theater.
And, If you could say one thing to Piedmont high schoolers about the review, what would it be?
One thing to Piedmont High School is not just the acapella kids.
No, just
Both,
in general.
either.
Well,
In
You
general.
could say, yeah.
Well, I hope if you saw the review, were in the review, or heard about the review, you realize that the acapella program, as much as it is about singing, music making, being in a choir, learning to read, traveling, touring, that it is, after you come away watching the review, it's an experience that is enjoyable, that is memorable, that is one of the things you're going to take away from high school and go, yeah, I remember doing that. That was a great time. That's something I'm going to have as a memory for a long time. The whole acapella, being an acapella choir is an experience. It's an experience, one for the memory books. So all those things add up to those moments on stage, see people enjoying themselves, being larger than life for a moment. And hopefully that translates into other experiences in your life. You look for those kinds of experiences then in your adult life. What are the things that are going to fulfill you? What are those things that are going to make you happy? What are those things that are going to allow you to express yourself as you and be you?
All right. And is there anything else you'd like to tell me about the acapella review?
Anything else I'd like to tell you about that? It's tiring, but and it's hard work, and good things come from hard work. So I'm very proud of all the students that participated and put their hard work and energy and effort into it. Hard work, job well done.
Thank you.
yeah, thanks.
That's really good.